Alright, my babies. I wanted to finish this video before I left the house. And this is the last, basically, video of book number 4. It's an emotional thing, by the way. So, book number 4, it's about a year and a fucking half, man. Or is it half a year? Not bad. It was an intense time, basically. Don't remember the day, if it's 2003 or 2004. It was an intense fucking year. The book ends with inner world, outer world. You see, there's actually a spectrum. Again, at best I can draw in 2 dimensions, but it's not 2 dimensions. And I wrote something. It's you and the universe. Wherever you are, the universe isn't. If you're focusing on one place, the universe is mirroring you on the other side. Your reality is you completed by the universe or vice versa. It was a conversation I was having with him when we were trying to understand what does it mean when somebody gets in a funk. When awkwardly so, all the conversations you have around you, by conversations I mean in your head, kind of just repeat themselves without any resolution. You know when it gets to a point where the action you're taking is so small and so energy consuming that it doesn't really click. And I feel that's when our vision of things kind of like expand beyond what we could understand and beyond what we could actually like interact. And every single thing I do, I always seem to end up to create a certain disconnect. Yeah, a certain disconnect. Hear me out. Religiously, over the past hundreds and thousands of years, everything about us is basically to form a connection with God, with the cosmos, the universe, with all that good stuff. But when it comes to me, I'm always kind of. I think the fact that I approach it from a consciousness perspective, even when I'm looking at God, when I'm looking at the universe, I'm looking at it as a reflection of my own expression. Listen to this. Wherever you are, the universe isn't. As in, basically, God, the interaction, can't do anything unless you allow it, right? Can't touch anything unless you're not there. And the way I explained it here is if you're focusing on one place, the universe is mirroring you on on the other side, because there's that duality of this world and there's this balance. So in a way, I am always, if I'm doing something, wherever my attention goes, there's a vulnerable side to what I'm doing, to where I'm doing it, and all these things. And that's, I think, where faith kind of like fills the gap. Because like you're filling from one side, filling from another, filling from one side, filling from another. As we progress and do things differently and move forward, there is the times of action and times of inaction that give themselves balance. And when we're doing action, basically, when we're action outside of yourself, it's like when you're actually washing the dishes, right? What happens is like your mind is kind of doing its thing and it's processing thoughts because you're focused on the dishes, you're out of yourself, you're extended, your consciousness extends to the effort that you're doing, the work you're doing. So what happens is your mind kind of does its thing because you're not really looking at your mind, right? You're not observing it, you're not taking what's happening or whatever. And effectively, after you're done with the action, whatever it is, you're going back to yourself. Then whatever was processing your mind and everything kind of like has to shift its attention to wherever like your action was done. Because you're going to be going through your head and you're going to be seeing what's processed and what are my new thoughts and looking at them and feeling them and understanding them. And on the other side, you're going to be looking at whatever's going on. Your the energy that was inside you basically goes out, and the energy that you were focused outside comes back in. That way, you get to reflect on how things have changed on the outside from the inside, and how things have changed on the inside because of the outside. And the outside gets to manifest itself to its surroundings because you were focused on something, right? And you were pushing for something. And ultimately, as you were moving towards it, you spend time on it. And then what happens is it starts spending time on itself. So, so your reality is you completed by the universe, or vice versa. It's never just you. But the entire essence of your existence is the separation from the overall, is the expression of life to you, is the fact that you're a node for the energy flow or whatever. Damn, guys. Tell you the truth, this, this fucking book ended in a very interesting way. I think I'm ready. I know I'm ready. I am ready for the new stage, level, whatever it is that I've been trying to do. I am ready. It's not going to be pretty, but it's going to be beautiful, isn't it? In this stage, I don't want to be arrogant. I want humility to be my core focus. The irony is to be humble is to kind of focus on everything but yourself, I guess, right? Maintain that curiosity or just interest. Ever. Wherever you are, the universe isn't. If you're focusing on one place, the universe is mirroring you on the other side. Your reality is you completed by the universe or vice versa. You're not alone, are you, man? We're not. And I think every individual has something uniquely catered to them. I love you guys. This is definitely going to be an emotional day. Peace.